Hey everyone, did y'all get the VIP invitation notification or not? You know me with my last second potty times, right? So you guys, this is ridiculous. I shared this out on Twitter, but I didn't share it in Discord, and that's probably where a lot of people are up in the Discord, but they'll find their way. Whatever. If you are on the replay, that's cool, because I expect majority of my viewers to be on the replay, considering it's a little bit late. I don't even know what time. What, 11:30 East Coast time here. But I know I got some of you Cali people out there who are wide awake, right? 𝗖𝗿𝗶𝗆𝗆 holla. Oh God, woohoo! Love a random a random live. Our hog is crying over 𝗖𝗿𝗶𝗵𝗴𝗆𝗆. All right, getting my charger plugged in. Hold on 1 second. You know me, I'm always prepared, right? Don't even have my charger plugged. You guys, listen. Remember how the other day I was like talking about Addie, how, because you know how that girl Addie, she's a moderator on the Law and Crime channel, right? And I was like, Addie, I was like, every time I roll up in those comments, everybody's like, especially obviously with the Alex Jones. Thank you, 𝗖𝗿𝗶𝗆𝗆, by the way. I appreciate that. So every time I go to the Alex Jones stuff on the Law and Crime channel, I see everybody's like, Alex Jones is the man. And I'm like, what? What? Now listen, guys, there was a period of time where like I entertained his entertainment, if you will, where I did watch some things just because he was different, right? He had a lot of wild ideas. He was loud and boisterous and talked about gay frogs, and I don't even remember half the things he used to talk about, but it was like mostly like, crisis actors and all this stuff. And, just because you tune into something like that doesn't mean you believe everything they say, right? Like, I knew half the crap he was spewing was just crap, literally, but he was good at it. He made a lot of people believe it, right? And then, yeah, Justin, we support the gay frogs around here. It's all good, right? I support gay frog rights, absolutely. We definitely support the gay frogs over here. He's definitely cut from a different cloth, if you will. He's wild. So anyways, this trial's been going on and he's just been lying. Hey, Ocean Breeze. Oh, I'm so happy that I finally caught a TS live. Well, I'm happy that you're happy, because happiness breeds more happiness. Let's all just have a happy party. Hey. Thanks, Ocean Breeze. Love your name. It's so relaxing. Ocean Breeze. So yeah, Alex Jones, he's a pathological liar. Now listen, I know I didn't know till recently that there are some straight up diehard Alex fans, troops. I don't even want to call them supporters. These people are like his army or something. I didn't even know it ran this deep, like, which shouldn't shock me because I know a lot of people believe stuff like this, right? I bet half of them think that the earth's flat and shit too. I mean, whatever. Whatever floats your boat. I mean, not going to say I never listened to that stuff or the moon landing and all that things, but hey, I made my own judgments and I think it's a crock of shit. But hey, that's just me. I know that there's some people out there who, I'd like to regard as intelligent, who choose to believe these things anyways, but I'm not the one, and I know a lot of you probably aren't. But what I'm trying to say here is, okay, if you are, that's cool. But don't roll up in my comments telling me how wonderful Alex Jones is, because I'm probably just going to laugh at you. I mean, you can. I'm not going to stop you from exercising your right to comment, but don't walk up in here trying to sway my opinion, because it's not going to happen. Anybody that... I cannot respect this man. I mean, he is such a liar. He is such a liar. He literally has people convinced. It's wild to look at it, right? If you go to these comments right now on this channel, right, you'll see people like, I can't believe the judge said that. She's trying to tell his lawyer to tell him to stop defending himself. And I'm like, listen, I'm not that smart. And even I know that they already said he was guilty. So this isn't like to prove his guilt. He's already guilty, you dummies. This is to figure out how much he's going to pay these people, because he's going to pay. He did a couple things on the stand today that just when you think Just when you think people cannot get any more cringe, they exceed your levels of cringe expectations. Is that even a word? Well, it is now. Cringe expectations. Cringy expectations. Like cringe-ertainment. Cringy entertainment. You know, I'm just a walking dictionary here, but I'm going to shut up now. And anyways, so I have some amusing timestamps marked here where we're going to just shake our heads together. It's going to be fun, okay? I promise. It's going to be really fun. Have any of you seen this? This is oh my God. So this was today, all right? This was today. Now let me give you a quick little recap because I do want to get playing here. Okay, listen. So Jones, I think it was today, he went live before court or something. He told his followers that the judge was acting demonic. That's probably not a good idea. You probably don't want to call the judge demonic and shit. And then he called, okay, one of the parents who has been giving testimony, he called one of the father there, he called him slow. He actually made a dig at one of the victim's parents and called them slow and said, I feel like they're being taken advantage of because they're slow. Okay, so not only did you tell this guy and his wife that their kid really wasn't dead and that it's just like a false, it's a hoax and blah, 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 and you laugh at their pain, basically. You may as well have. You had half the world convinced that their kid didn't exist. That's not good enough for you, though, Alex Jones, is it? Now you're going to call the father slow. Like, what planet is this? Anyways, that really pissed me off. But I'm going to show you what he did, because there's like an argument at the end of this, okay? In the courtroom, typical Alex Jones, because, he acts like this is his show, and you'll see. This is wild. All right, let me shut up and start this. I'm going to start where the judge gives him some rules, okay? Now, do you guys press a 1 in the chat if you think that Alex Jones is going to break the rules? Press 1. Well, you probably read my title and my fucking thumbnail, so don't even bother. But anyways, here we go. All right.
Mr. Reynolds, do you have a witness for the jury?
I do. The defense would call Alex E. Jones.
All right, Mr. Jones, come stand in front of me, please. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm, under penalty of perjury, that the testimony you are about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Come have a seat. In the witness chair, there is water and glasses. You have pretty good volume. I don't think you'll need to lean into the microphone. I see that you have a document with you. I don't know if you were here when I explained to a prior witness who brought documents with them that you can't look at any document for any reason while you're testifying until and unless one of the lawyers or myself instructs you to do so. So I'm going to ask you to actually just give it back to Mr. Reynolds until he may think you need it, okay? Did you understand all that?
I did, yes.
Okay. While you testify, it is not a conversation. It is a question and answer. So the instructions are to let the lawyers completely finish asking their questions before you begin your answer. To listen to the question and answer what is asked. You can't always say that you don't know or you don't understand if those things are true. To answer out loud in words and not head shakes and the like. I think that's all my instructions. I say it so many times, sometimes I forget one thing, but I think those are all. Do you understand them?
I do.
All right, you may begin, Mr. Reynolds.
Alex, would you please introduce yourself to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Hi, I'm Alex Jones.
How are you feeling today, Alex?
I actually feel good because I get a chance to, for the first time, say what's really going on instead of the corporate media and high-powered law firms manipulating what I actually did.
I want to start by kind of letting the jury know a little bit about your youth and where you grew up so they can get to know you better. Is that okay?
Okay. And before we do that, I just do want to say this on record because I've said it many times. I apologize To both?
Sustained. So, Mr. Jones, one of the instructions I just gave you is that this is not a conversation. Question and answer.
So she got the monologue, but not me. I got it.
And so you have to only answer questions that are asked of you. Mr. Reynal will ask you, I'm certain, all the questions you want, but you have to wait for the question.
Can you even believe it? 5 minutes in, okay? She literally just told him, don't do shit like that. He's like, yeah, I heard what you said, 𝗖𝗿𝗶𝗴𝗆, but I want to address, tell me if you're out there and you've been watching trials lately, or your whole life, whatever. Like, you don't need to be like super into law and stuff to know, like, you can't just walk up in a stand and be like, yeah, hey, lawyer, I know you're asking me one question, but like, I really want to get clear the air with this other stuff. Like, that's not how this works. And listen, if you hate the judge now, you're gonna hate her even more later. Personally, the way I'm set up, I don't hate this judge at all, and I'm gonna be completely 110% honest with why. I cannot freaking stand Alex Jones. I think he's pompous and arrogant, okay? And I'm glad that they picked this judge, and let me tell you why. If you didn't have a judge that was throw her weight around, or his, whatever, and be like, hey, sir, this ain't your show, which you're gonna hear her say eventually, then he would literally take over. He's that personality. He's like a Trump. Like, he's like somebody who just comes in and takes over. You kind of have to be like that with him in a sense. Does it make it right? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a freaking judge. I know everyone's supposed to be treated fairly, but you guys got to remember, a lot of people don't know this. He's already been found guilty. Like, he's guilty. Like, he's not innocent to proven guilty. He's already guilty. So does she come off as condescending? Yeah, but I get it. I do. So that was the first part where I just thought was hilarious. So instead of playing this whole thing out, I wrote down all the timestamps, okay? So now we're going to jump to the next timestamp called The Wink. Yeah, The Wink. W-I-N-K. Hold on. Because I have quite a few timestamps here. Because I don't want to play out the whole thing. It gets kind of like, crazy. If I have extra time after, I will, but there's so many good key points that it's like, what's the point? All right. 39. Hold on, what is it? 39. Okay, here we go. I don't even need to play them. Well, I will mute myself just because. All right, keep an eye out for The Wink. It's so random.
And I want to ask you about sort of how with these responsibilities, how your typical day sort of shapes.
Cringe.
Okay?
All right. The next one I have titled, I'm a Frog. Oh, thanks, 𝗿𝗶𝗴𝗆𝗆. Oof. His voice like a tin can full of dirty gravel. Ooh, a tin can full of dirty gravel. I like that. He reminds me of somebody else who sounds like sandpaper and shit. Actually, it's funny that you send that right now, 𝗿𝗶𝗴𝗆𝗆, because guess what? That's my next timestamp. It's called I'm a Frog. And he's going to mumble real quick about why he sounds like a frog. Ready for this? Hold on. That's so funny, 𝗿𝗶𝗴𝗆𝗆𝗆. Perfect timing for that. Let's see. What did I do? Hold on. I moved the window. Give me a second. Frickin' AZ. Never fails, does it? I always like combine the windows in another tab, and it aggravates me, and I don't ever know how to put it back. So then I end up with like a lower window, and I don't even know how to explain my problems in life. All right, hold on. I gotta fix it. 44:30. Here it is.
My torn larynx, that's all my voice is okay. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was asking you how.
My torn larynx, that's what my voice is saying. Oh, sorry. My torn larynx, that's what my voice is okay. Sorry, what were you saying?
Why did he make that weird face? I got torn larynx. Up here sound like Jody Sue and shit. I got torn larynx. That weird face, huh? Oh, ribbit. For real. Oh my god. That was weird. Probably because you're yelling all the time, dude. I don't know, man. That's weird. Those eyes, I know, those creepy eyes, right? Jeez. I got tore larynx. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. All right, the next timestamp I have titled, "The media lies, but so do I." Okay. Here we go. Let me find that. Let me mute myself here.
All the wars.
And so when you lost all that corporate sponsorship because of your position against the war, did you transition to a different business model?
Yes, we'd already been selling some books and films, but we accelerated it. And I said, well, I'm not going to let them shut me down. And so this on air, I said, you want to shut us down over $10 million a year? I remember saying, I'm going to go to $70 million a year. And I'm going to put it into everything. We're going to advertise. We're going to explode. And so that was my promise, and I fulfilled it.
And why is it important for you to be self-funded?
That's what the system fears. It's actually come out in some of the presidential library documents out of Little Rock, that the system fears any independent organic media, whether it's liberal or conservative, that isn't controlled by the big corporations. They want a fake left and a fake right that's synthetic. And by fake, they're real groups. They just kind of toe a line, stay within certain guardrails, and then society doesn't ever change for the better. Instead, we need independent grassroots media that is self-funded, whether it be through donations or whether it be through product sales, so that we can have real diversity of ideas in this world we live in.
Are there fake branches of government and whatnot? I'm sure there are, but like, you're fake too, dude. You try to tell us all that the kids were really dead and shit. Hello? Does he not see the irony in this shit? Because I do, you know? Okay, the next one's one of my favorites, you guys. The next timestamp is called, "Since I'm up here, let me plug my vitamins." You're not gonna believe this. You're gonna think you just woke up in the middle of the night. You're gonna think it's like 2001, and you just wake up in the middle of the night to get a drink, and your TV's on and shit, and you hear those cheesy infomercials, like you know what I'm talking about, the infomercial voice. Wait till you hear this shit. I was like, is this mofo serious right now? Is he really taking this opportunity to sell his vitamins? You let me know, okay? Because I can't even, all right? I can't. I'm sure he told his lawyer to ask him this too. All right, let's see. Unbelievable, man. This is just, I'll just start it. All right, you ready for this?
Up in, and they brought a real clip, but it's synthetic to try to deceive you. And I hope you get to see the real clip. And then you'll figure out everything else that's been going on.
Let's go back to
Earlier today, they aired. At the beginning of the clip, I say, I believe Scarlett Lewis is real. I believe her son died. I'm very, very sorry. And they cut that off the front. And then they cut me saying I'm sorry off the end. And they brought a real clip, but it's synthetic to try to deceive you. And I hope you get to see the real clip. And then you'll figure out everything else that's been going on.
Sorry, that was the rest of the media lies, but so do I. Can you believe the audacity of this man? Look at him looking right at the camera. I want to flip him off. I wish you could see me right now. And I'm throwing up both my middle fingers, Alex Jones. Do you not see how ridiculous this sounds? He's so bent that part of the clip he was talking about got bent. Oh, what's the matter, Alex Jones? Do you not like when people lie about things that really happened? Does that bother you? What planet is this? Oh, poor Camilla. All right, honey. I hope you feel better. I miss you, Camilla. I'm sorry. Come back tomorrow when you feel better. Poor thing. Big hug. All right. Let's get back to, since I'm here, let me plug my vitamins. Sorry about that, guys. You know, this is a last minute thing. Plus, I'm always a disaster. Even if I was prepared, I'd be all screwed up. What do you want from me? All right. Now, here we go.
Let's go back to Infowars and its business model. Do you sell vitamins?
Yes.
Are your vitamins FDA certified?
No, they're not.
Why not?
1996 law, the FDA has no jurisdiction over any nutraceuticals, not the ones at Whole Foods, not the ones at GNC, and not ours. And ours are private labeled, top brands that are sold at Whole Foods and GNC. We have them made by the top lab recognized in the United States. All we do is put our label on it so we know it's triple tested, the highest quality, and that's why people love it, because it is the best out there. And I'll give it to Whole Foods, and I'll give it to GNC and others. They got the same stuff. There's all sorts of crap you can buy at a gas station out there. That's not what ours is. I mean, we buy our.
Can you believe this guy? Can you imagine for one moment that you are out there, sitting there with your lawyer, and you see this man who basically told everybody your kid didn't really die and the whole thing was fake and you're a crisis actor, and you got the mofo audacity to come up here and plug your effing vitamins, dude? Like, it's like the legit, this is like, it does not get any more Twilight Zone than this shit right here. Talk about like having some nerve, huh? This dude has no chill. None. None. Absolutely zero. Does he sell hair vitamins too? I don't think so. Alex Jones makes used car salesmen legit. I know, Hans, for real. Can you believe that? I don't even think he's done yet. Let me finish him. Let me finish here. This is so great. His vitamins do not prevent a torn larynx. Definitely not. Definitely not. Would you want to take vitamins for somebody who looks and sounds like that? I mean, I'm just saying.
Our PQQ and CoQ10 from the Japanese. Ours is. They got the same stuff. There's all sorts of crap you can buy at a gas station out there. That's not what ours is. I mean, we buy our PQQ and CoQ10 from the Japanese. I mean, it's the best.
My PQQ, my Q code 10 with the Trump hands, it's the best. Yo, they would have to drag my ass out of that courtroom. They really would. I would take anything that was in reaching distance and chuck it at his fat head. I really would. I really would. And something tells me the bailiff might just let me get another one in on him, because this is crazy. This is fucking crazy. Unbelievable. The Japanese, like, guys, do you like how he told us we get ours from the Japanese? Like we're supposed to know that they have the best Q code 10, fucking whatever it's called. Like, he could tell me it's from fucking Ethiopia. I wouldn't know the difference. Like, what is wrong with this guy? Oh my God. Flip a desk. The best. Let's just play that part one more time.
Costs 5 times 10 from. That's not what ours is. I mean, we buy our PQQ and CoQ10 from the Japanese. I mean, it's the best. Costs 5 times what synthetic PQQ and CoQ10 cost.
Says who, you? Because your track record for telling the truth ain't too good, bro. And I know he wants to talk crap about the FDA, and trust me, the FDA has his own mess of problems, but at the same time, so do you. And furthermore, you know why nobody trusts the FDA, really? Well, there's a million reasons why, but nobody really trusts the FDA because the FDA will slap a sticker on it and say FDA approved just because it's the FDA. Well, guess what? Who else can do that? He just told us he does the same thing. Oh, we regulate it. We. And we're supposed to believe you? Like, you're better than them? What? I don't know about that. My PQQ, my P's and Q's, and my Q code 10. I'm obese and I have a fucking larynx that's torn. And clearly I'm out of my mind, but yeah, buy my vitamins. Like, what planet, really? I love how everybody's just quiet. Like, did that really just happen? Like, it's like a bunch of silence. Like, did that really just happen? sounds like my pillow guy, Brittany. He does. Definitely does. Look at even his own lawyer is fucking speechless. This fucking guy.
Ms. 𝗖𝗿𝗶𝗴𝗆𝗆 was asked about plaintiff's exhibit 35, which is in evidence. I'm gonna put on the camera here. Can you see that?
Yes, barely.
All right. Oh my god, that was funny. The Japanese. I'm still laughing about that. The Japanese. All right, so here's one of my other favorite parts, okay? I like to title this one Alexander Emmerich Jones. And yeah, you're right. I looked up his middle name just because I felt like it was necessary, okay? And you'll see why in a minute. Alexander Emmerich Jones, if you don't sit tight, I'm going to turn this car around. You're probably like, Easy, what are you talking about? Well, I'm going to show you. You're going to get it in 1 minute because homeboy gets talked to like he is a child. Because you really need to do that with him, I guess. I don't know. All right, let's see. You ready for this? I busted out laughing with this one. All right, here we go.
Sit tight for a second. We're gonna just sit tight for a second.
Will you just have a fucking seat, sir? Like, if you guys saw him on the Joe Rogan podcast, right? He literally starts like sweating and he's like running around the room and he's like not in his seat. And like he strikes me as like the kind of guy, you know, and I understand it because I have ADD too. He probably cannot sit still, like, you know, but I thought that was funny. Sit tight. She's going to end up ranting on him like you won't believe.
We're gonna take a break. I don't know if it will eat up the rest of the afternoon or not, so I'm not gonna release you in case it doesn't. I wanna not waste any time. And so I'll send someone back if you're gonna go or if you're gonna come back. Remember all of my instructions. On the chance that I don't see you before tomorrow, please arrive at 8:45 like normal for us to get started. All right, thank you.
All rise.
All right, that was funny. Can somebody, one of my moderators, get rid of this love chat, best adult dating thing in my chat, please? Like, you bought ass bitch, get out of here. Like, why does that happen? I cannot stand these freaking robots. Do I even have any moderators here right now? Oh my god, I don't even know if I do. Noelle is, right? Noelle? Can you get rid of that person for me, honey? That freaking robot. Where was I? All right, just sit tight. All right, the next one's called Let's Play Game. All right. Like, these bots come in your chat like, oh, adult dating site, ho, ho, ho. Like, everybody's going to be like, hey, AZ, gotta go now. I'm going to take off with the bot now and go look at some weird freaking Japanese website. I don't know, like, whatever they do. But does that really work for you, bot? Like, how do these bots even decide what chat they're going to go into? They just look for a chat and they come in, start spamming it. Like, get out of here. It's not working? That's weird. Yeah, just hide them from the channel. Anytime you see, even in my regular comments, not even just the live chat, just delete those, like, because every time, especially after a video goes up, like it posts for the first time or whatever, when a live stream ends, all of a sudden, here come the bots out of left field, like, you know, leaving weird things like, ooh, Russian model, blah, blah, blah. It's like, what? Go away. I mean, I know somebody who likes purple hyperlinks like that and whatnot, but I'm not the one, right? Yes, exactly, Hans. I'm trying not to do it. I could have just, you know, lit them up, but some people aren't worth it. It's too easy. Anyways, all right. Okay, so, the guy in the tan coat right there, he's the father that Jones called slow, right? Even if the dude is slow, like, why would you say that out loud? Like, That's what I want to ask Alex Jones the most. Why do you say these things out loud? Like, look, we all think dumb things, but you're not supposed to say all of them out loud. You know, you kind of have to pick and choose, like, which ones you're gonna speak aloud. But not him. No chill. Absolutely zero chill. Anyways, let's play a game. 109. Let's see. Now, keep in mind, people are going to be like, why is the judge talking to him like that? Because he's already found guilty. Don't forget it either.
I know the Honor has contemporaneous transcript and can look it over. So I would urge you to do so because I'm sorry it happened. I tried to move on very, very quickly. I think Your Honor saw me raise my hand. But I can only ask the questions.
Let me ask Mr. Jones a couple of questions while you're under oath.
Yes.
What did your attorney tell you about your testimony today? I want to be very careful. Were you instructed that there were some things you could not testify about?
Yes.
That reminds me, like, moms out there, even dads, right? When you pull your kid aside, you go, what did we talk about before we came here? What did I tell you? This is exactly what this is. She literally has to talk to him like he's a child. What did we talk about before we came here? You ever say that to your kid? I know some of you out there have. Didn't we talk about this? And here you are, fucking it up. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't say that to my kid.
And do you remember what they were?
Yes.
And what were they? Just top level. And do you remember what they were?
Yes.
And what were they? Just
Ocean Breeze, you missed it. All right, honey, hold on. Let me. I'll even bring it back for you because I actually forgot what she said.
I want to be very careful. Your attorney tell you about your testimony today? I want to be very careful. Were you instructed that there were some things you could not testify about?
Yes.
And do you remember what they were?
Yes.
And what were they? Just top level.
I'm trying to remember that. First, there was a document you put out saying, don't talk about free speech. Don't say I'm innocent. And a bunch of other stuff. And then that got withdrawn. I believe he was.
Yeah, Mom, you told me not to, like, tell Aunt Linda you called her a bitch, like, bunch of other stuff, and, like, I fucked it up, and this is what it reminds me of.
About free speech. First, there was a document you put out saying, don't talk about free speech. Don't say I'm innocent. And a bunch of other stuff. And then that got withdrawn. I believe he withdrew it. They called motion limiting.
Okay. So you don't remember?
No. I remember currently.
Stop.
Okay, so you weren't listening to me when I told you not to tell Aunt Linda I called her a bitch. You weren't listening, were you? This is so relatable on so many other levels. It's not even funny.
Remember day one where I said,
Did you just see that cute little laugh the judge did? So pay attention, I'm going to play it again.
I remember currently.
Stop. Remember day one where I said, it's an unfair world and you don't get to interrupt the judge? Do you remember that?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. But the judge gets to interrupt you?
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah. Okay, so you don't really remember what you were not supposed to testify about. That's what I'm hearing. Because you said, yes, I remember. No, I don't remember.
Well, I'm trying to remember.
Okay.
Remember when I told you that I run shit around here? Yes, Mom. This is like demasculating, but he deserves it. He deserves it. So many people are big mad at this. They're like, oh my God, how dare she talk to him? Like, did you not pay attention to how he acts? She has to. There is a reason why this lady is in charge of this case. Let me tell you. They were like, yo, find the biggest Karen judge there is, times it by 10, and then let her take the Alex Jones trial. That's gotta be what it is. It's gotta be it.
I don't want you to try and remember.
No,
I don't want you to try and remember. You either knew or you don't.
I remember him saying, well, I'm trying to remember.
Okay, I don't want you to try and remember.
No,
I don't want you to try and remember. You either knew or you don't.
I remember him saying, don't talk about the financial stuff or something like that, like a week ago when I asked him. And then I remember today watching part of Heslin's testimony when I was coming here and him talking about the bankruptcy. So I thought that was totally fine. I mean, he gets to do, why not just do what he gets to do?
Mr. Jones?
Well, how come Bobby gets to do it and I don't get to do it? Can you believe this guy? Let's just hear that one more time.
Watching part of Heslin's testimony when I was coming here and him talking about the bankruptcy. So I thought that was totally fine. I mean, he gets to do, why not just do what he gets to do?
Mr. Jones?
Yeah.
Stop making, just stop.
Okay.
Mr. Jones, just stop. That was a whole mood right there. Just stop. Oh, wait, have you seen anything like this? Because I haven't. Just stop. Full stop.
Mr. Jones?
Yeah.
Stop making, just stop.
Okay.
All right, you can sit down, Mr. Jones. Do you have any reply, Mr. Bengtson?
Not really.
And actually, before I hear from you, you know whose obligation it is, Mr. 𝗖𝗿𝗶𝗆𝗆, to make sure that any witness you put forward understands the orders in limine, understands what he is not allowed to say because of orders that I have made before now, right?
As an attorney, it's an impossible position
That
to
wasn't
be
the
in.
question I asked you.
I know that it is my obligation to communicate your Honor's orders. Beyond.
I heard so many people hate this lady, but I like her. She was the woman for the job, let me tell you. Belinda Paul, yes. I want to say like 10 years ago, Alex Jones had a YouTube channel and he had millions of viewers, and he basically would talk about crisis actors and false flags and just stuff like that all kinds of crazy stuff. And he got a lot of attention for a while, and then he tried to tell everybody that Sandy Hook, which was a school shooting in Connecticut, not far, I'm in Massachusetts, Connecticut's right by us. He told everybody on his YouTube channel that Sandy Hook didn't really happen, right? And that it was basically like a play, like a theatrical play that the government did so we wouldn't so they could take gun rights away or something. And he said that the kids didn't really die, that it was all an act. And he broke people's hearts, literally. And YouTube even took his channel away. Do you know how bad you have to be around here to get your channel taken away? So right now, he basically can't have a YouTube channel, so that's why not a lot of people know him anymore. But he has his own website, which he just had to file for bankruptcy. So there was a while, Belinda, where he was pretty big, yeah. Now he's just like a laughing stock. I mean, he does have a huge following of people who think he's awesome, and I don't know about those people, but oh, Addie, hey girl, we're playing your channel. Don't strike me, Addie. Oh, Addie, don't strike me. I will link you guys. Don't worry. Yeah, we're laughing at Alex Jones over here. I hope that answered your question, Belinda. All right, where was I here?
On that, I think that's all I need.
The only thing I would say, and I actually probably do need to ask for an additional jury instruction. During this same testimony, and the reason why I do not believe that Mr. 𝗖𝗿𝗆𝗆 was keeping a tight leash on this client for MIL, and why I do believe he was intentionally trying to violate them, is Mr. 𝗖𝗿𝗆𝗆 had a long series of questions about whether Mr. Jones is a pundit who merely gives his opinion, does not provide facts, was not stating facts, was only giving his opinion. That's another one of your motion on that the defendants cannot contest in this case that the statements that they were giving were merely protected opinions and not statements of fact. That all came out intentionally for Mr. Randolph. And you know, too, through the rest of this testimony, that he's been intentionally trying to drive out the liability section of the hearing. As we said yesterday, we think he's intentionally trying for a mistrial. And if it really is a matter of, oh, whoops, I guess I forgot to remind my client not to suddenly blurt out to the jury that he's broke on the day when he was screaming that he's going to do it, right? When he says, I'm going to come in there and this judge ain't going to hold me down. It's going to be her Waterloo. And then
I think that both of these lawyers are, I don't even know the words. I don't even know. There was a period of time where like they were in each other's faces. Like I think it was like last week they almost like fought or some shit. I don't know. But they're both weird people. But anyways, he stopped trying to tell everybody, you're a victim who's getting your free right speech taken away. Because freedom of speech does not mean you get to walk around and make up horrendous lies about people. That's not free speech. If I see if I go to the true crime, I don't know why I keep calling it the law and crime comments one more time, and I see one more mofo being like, freedom of speech, I'm going to flip a desk, because no wonder why they love Alex Jones. They don't even understand how freedom of speech works. It's crazy. He should not be getting sued. It's freedom of speech. No. Go back to school, please. Let me tell you something. They were the bottom of the class. Terry C., I think you're right. I think you're right. Dennis the Menace. Oh my God, he does look like a grown-up Dennis the Menace. Hans, he really does. All right, I have I think one more timestamp for you guys. Yeah, so I found the judge talking to him like that. It was so funny. And then there's another one where he gets told. It's at 116. Let's see. And then I'm going to play the last one after this called Jones Snaps, where it's just crazy. It looks like it's over, right? In a normal courthouse, you'd be like, oh, winding down, things are, the good stuff's over. No, not with Alex Jones. It never really ends, does it? All right, here we go. Jones gets told.
During deliberations, that may mean later in August. I don't know. Assume it'll be as soon as I have time, so file a response if you want to. Mr. Jones, you may not say to this jury that you complied with discovery. That is not true. You may not say it again. You may not.
Don't even say it again. I will turn this car around. Don't touch the cookies, Alex. Do you understand? Keep your effing hand out of that cookie jar, Alex. He keeps saying, and he has said this he has said this to several media. Anybody that will put a microphone in front of this man, he will say, I did comply with discovery. Me and my lawyer, with his fucking weirdo rock voice. I can't even do it. It's so gross. I can't stand his voice. His gravel in the tin can voice. His tin can gravel voice. We did comply, with discovery. So the judge is like, don't you dare say that again. Right? Now remember, he's already been found guilty. So for everybody who's like, who's this judge think she is? She's the judge. And he's been found guilty already. Don't let him fool you.
Do not tell this jury that you are bankrupt. That is also not true. You may have filed for bankruptcy. Not true. You may have filed for bankruptcy. I don't know that, but I've heard that. That doesn't make a person or a company bankrupt.
So don't say you comply with discovery. Don't tell people you are bankrupt, because you literally just filed, and anybody can file. It doesn't mean you are. Okay, valid points. All right, let's go on.
You're already under oath to tell the truth. You've already violated that oath twice today in just those two examples. It seems absurd to instruct you again that you must tell the truth while you testify. Yet here I am. You must tell the truth while you testify. This is not your show.
Ooh. Ooh. This is not your show. This is not your show. This is not Infowars. This is my fucking courtroom. Have a seat. Yo, this lady is not playing. If I did not have a deep disdain for Alex Jones, I'd probably hate this lady too. But I kind of want to give her a high five and a hug. Be honest with you.
You need to slow down and not take what you see as opportunities to further the message you're wanting to further. And instead, only answer the specific and exact question you have been asked. No asides.
Now keep in mind, I didn't play this whole thing because I don't have the mofo patience, okay? But like, this dude tried the takeover. That's all he's just like the takeover. Get out my way. Let me say what I want. I'm here to, give my presidential speech. He just reminds me of Trump so bad. Like, he even does the same hand movements. I swear, he must have picked that up from him. I notice weird shit like that. But anyways, if you guys, I'm gonna link this after, obviously, because I don't want Addie to strike me and shit. But like, you watch the whole thing and you'll see. Okay, you'll see. But there is another part that's crazy. So after she stops treating him like the 3-year-old he is, then I'll play the last part for you.
The comments about discovery, the comments about the larynx or whatever it was, the comments about bankruptcy, none of those were responsive to questions. They were just you abusing my tolerance and making asides to the jury improperly, and in at least 2 cases, untruthfully. Do you understand what I have said? Yes or no? Do you understand what I have said?
Yes, I believe what I said was true. So I don't.
Yes, you believe everything you say is true, but it isn't. Your belief.
I do the same thing to my kid. I'm going to ask you a question. Give me yes or no answer. I don't want to hear your excuse. Yes or no. Well, mama, yes or no. You know what I mean? This is crazy. Wow.
Beliefs do not make something true. That is what we're doing. Your beliefs do not make something true. That is what we're doing here. Just because you claim to think something is true does not make it true. It does not protect you. It is not allowed. You are under oath. That means things must actually be true when you say them. Don't talk. You understand what I have said.
I do understand.
You understand the instructions I have given you for your testimony in court.
Yes.
I'm not going to bring the jury back today. My staff is listening. They can let the jury go home. We'll start back up tomorrow. When you come back to testify tomorrow, one more time, no asides. Do you understand what I mean when I say no asides?
Yes.
Answer only the question asked of you. Do you understand what I mean when I say only answer the question asked of you?
Yes.
You understand you will still be under oath when you return tomorrow morning
Yes.
to complete your testimony. And you understand that means you must only testify about things that are true.
Dude, I have never been attacked by bots like this in my life. Like, this is crazy. I've never seen this many come in. Like, there's been times where, like, I'll get spammed by a bot here and there, but this is insane. I've never had it happen like this. You're right, Addie. I'm going to have to put it on subscribe it only, Jeez. Freaking Russian bots. Love chat. best adult dating site. Fuck out of here. You're right. It's been this way for 2 days, says Y'all Nana's not drunk. Really? So it's not just my stream, huh? Damn. They're most likely following the Alex Jones titles. You know what? They might be. Our Lady Chantal of Perpetual Poutine. He's gonna cry when he gets out to the car. Oh, guaranteed. He's gonna have a meltdown extravaganza. He's gonna be like, give me a microphone so I can tell the world how correct I am and how wrong and how evil the judge is. Yo, I can't believe he called the judge possessed before court. What a bad idea. Wow.
To the best of my knowledge.
If you don't know something, you don't say it. If you're asked about your opinion, you can give your opinion. But if
When is the last time Alex Jones was told like he's being told right now? Let's think about it. When you're a celebrity or fucking, even if you're a D-list celebrity, whatever, especially if you are an Alex Jones type personality, right? Like Trump, Alex Jones, all these, crazy boisterous personalities. How often does somebody look at them and go, you're wrong, the answer is no, you're going to play by my rules? Like, how often does that happen? He's going to be dying inside right now. Dying. He probably is plotting, like, some conspiracy to, like, the judge is going to disappear or something in her sleep. I don't know, but I don't know, man. It's really, really, it's a beautiful thing. I would be loving it if I was the parents in that courtroom. Let me tell you. Talk about some sort of vindication.
you're asked to relate something that's truthful and a fact, it must be truthful and a fact, not an assumption, not a guess, not an opinion. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, you can sit down. Anything else?
Yes, ma'am. Just so that I can make sure that I don't run afoul of Your Honor's motion in limine or earlier rulings.
Just to be clear, we call them motions. I don't issue motions, I issue orders. These are orders in limine and have been ordered since before this trial started.
Is Your Honor ordering me not to explore the nature of the wrong?
That is very broad.
The character of the conduct involved.
You may not elicit testimony designed to leave the jury with the impression that Mr. Jones and the free speech system.
Oh yeah, his body language screams, I'm ready to freak out. Like the behavior panel talks about how you'll see people, like, whether it be like tapping a pen, shaking their knee or whatever, it's because they got so much emotional energy and they can't expend that energy, so they have to do something, right? Whether it be readjust themselves in their seat, tilt their head, whatever. It's usually like quick, movements or whatever, but it's written all over him. All over him. He looks like he's ready to flip out. He's gonna bust out of his jacket, flip-a-tastic. Like he, you know what? He reminds me of a wrestler, the way he acts and stuff. I'm surprised that a couple of you don't know who he is. Like, oh my God, he's such a bad person, in my opinion. He tortured these poor kids' parents. And what I'm going to show you next is how remember how I was telling you in the beginning how on his platform, he said that parent was slow after, pretending like their kid wasn't dead for as long as it was. So horrible. Anyways, he called the dude slow, and you're going to see him in a minute approach the dude and try to shake his hand and talk to him. And the lawyer, the Dennis the Menace looking lawyer to the right, he's gonna get so freaking mad. He's gonna turn to Alex Jones and be like, who the fuck you think you are? Like, why are you approaching my client? And then he says something about being autistic, and Alex Jones is like, I'm autistic too. Oh my God. It makes my brain hurt. And then the Dennis the Menace lawyer goes, shut up. And Alex Jones goes, don't you wish you could make me shut up? That's what you're trying to do, make me shut up. It's like so ridiculous. And just, oh my God, this guy. The most frustrating part about this guy, you guys, for those of you who don't know who he is, he literally just needs to take his ego down and be like, look, I was wrong, I'm sorry, and just shut up. He keeps making more excuses and blaming everyone else and whatever. It's just really frustrating because I just can't imagine how angry that would make me as a parent, like, and how hurtful his lies really were. So many people were affected by that. And the fact that he thought it'd be a good idea to pretend like it never happened, it was like false, is just wild to me. Horrible human, but yeah. So, all right, let me get to the next timestamp here. To be honest with you, I don't know what state this is taken in. I think I heard a while ago, but give me a minute. I will look it up, but I forgot. I haven't even watched all the testimony. I've been trying to watch like the Alex Cruz stuff too. That little freak. Oh, that Alex Cruz kid, he makes me mad. He's another one, school shooter, who was Googling Sandy Hook beforehand. All right, so you kind of have to pay attention to this part right here because it happens like quick and it's not right under the microphone, so you got to listen, okay? That lady just handed him some pills. She's like, here, Alex, take your medicine. It's time to calm down. Watch. Take your blood pressure medicine. Have a seat.
Yeah.
And then slow and autistic. No.
All right. So you just saw him shake his hand. Said something about being slow. And then Alex is going to talk back. Let me play it again.
And then slow and autistic. No.
Oh, it wasn't the father. It was the dentist and minister lawyer said something about, yeah, and he's slow and autistic. In other words, why are you shaking his hand for? You were just talking shit about him on your show. Why are you pretending to like him and be buddy with him? That's what I got from that anyway. So I'm going to play it all the way through and not talk. Sorry. Hold on.
And then slow and autistic.
No, I'm slow enough.
That's it. I'm not talking to you. You're not doing this. That's not even a thought. That's not the way this goes.
Not him. Why, you can't feed him fake videos anymore? No, shut them. That's what you're trying to shut my mouth. You'll never succeed. Okay.
Now, that parent obviously must have some kind of disability because he just shook his hand like it wasn't nothing, So maybe he just didn't know what to do and he felt awkward. I don't know, but I'm glad the lawyer stepped in and was like, no, you're not going to do this, right? You're not going to do this. I think Alex Jones knew he could take advantage of that guy because, remember, he said on his show, I think that guy is slow and he's being taken advantage of. So, of course, a freaking alpha like Alex Jones, I don't know if that's what you want to call him, I don't know, is going to take advantage of that situation. That's all he does is take advantage. I mean, we just saw him use the courtroom as his infomercial. Like, this is what he does, But I'm going to play it again. Now, this is the same dad that just testified in tears, okay? Tears in his eyes, saying, you said my son wasn't real, but he was very real to me for 6 years. Isn't that horrible, you guys? Doesn't that hurt your heart? Like, awful stuff.
I'll be honest on here.
That's it. I'm not talking to you. You're not doing this. That's not even a thought. That's not the way this goes.
Not him. Why, you can't feed him fake videos anymore? No, shut them. That's what you're trying to shut my mouth. You'll never succeed. Okay.
Alex says, why? Because you can't feed him fake videos anymore? Fake videos? Bro. What planet is this? All right, Leon. I know you're not here, Leon, but like this guy, he needs to go. He needs to go. That's just how it goes. All right, Leon, can you please do something? Yo, Leon, fire up the craft. Oh, bad news. There's a weight limit in the craft, I guess. And like, I'm just kidding. Both of these attorneys are sleazy. The Alex Jones's attorney's always smirking like he's up to no good. He's got that shit-eating grin on him. You know what I'm saying? It's been 6 days of trial, Addie says. And she would know because she's the manager on the Law and Crime Network. She's the manager. She manages thousands and thousands of people every day. Shout out to Addie. Yeah, both their lawyers are crazy. But I'm glad that I don't know, Dennis the Menace. I forget which one of you dubbed him Dennis the Menace, but that's what I'm going to call him now. He stepped in like, no. You ain't doing this. I just can't believe this, dude. I really can't.
I think I'm autistic too, buddy.
I'm autistic too, by the way. Oh, really? Isn't that funny how that just, came out of nowhere? Your boat is autistic as the frogs are. I was going to say the kids. Your boat is autistic as the frogs are gay, Mr. Jones. In my opinion.
See, that's more to see us. Edited tape. She doesn't come.
Unbelievable. He really is batshit crazy. He really is. Like, ugh. Anyways, correct me if I'm wrong, Addie, but tomorrow do they start the verdict? Do we wait for the verdict tomorrow? Because I hope they take him to the bank. Take that to the bank. Let him take it to the bank. Some of you know what I'm talking about. He has no filter, worse than I do. Oh my God. Girl, tell it. And watching him interact with news reporters about, how he's being treated poorly and how, the U.S. government's just trying to take him for a ride. Oh, my God. It's infuriating. It really is. And the part about all this, obviously, that hurts is those poor children and the parents, right? But like I said, I've never seen so many, and I hate using this word because it's such a buzzword, the word sheep. Like, he has so many sheep that back his bullshit. It's insane to me. Like, I just don't get it. They're all under the Alex Jones spell or something. Anyways. Belinda Paul says, I wish the judge could make him clean up crime scenes for the next 10 years. Oh my God, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. It's funny you say that because when I fall asleep at night, I think of weird things, especially after watching, true crime videos and whatnot. Like, this is like a weird question and kind of morbid, but I'm curious, okay? I really wonder about weird shit like this. Like, there are some situations where the police will clean up, right? And then there aren't. Like, I've seen true crime videos where, like, they don't let the parents go back home after there's blood splatter everywhere. They'll clean it up or something. But, like, do cops really get on their hands and knees and, like, clean up blood and stuff? Like, do they have a special cleaning crew with the police department? Like, who cleans that stuff up? Because I think Belinda's onto something. They should just make the bad guys, the criminals, do that as, like, community service or some shit. That's a great idea. I really like that idea. But I've also seen a company too that makes a lot of money cleaning up crime scenes. Like, they do like severe ones or whatever. Like like restoration kind of shit, like after fire kind of company, you know what I mean? Like, it's an insurance company, right? But like, who's responsible for that? You know, most departments have cleaning service. Okay, so not all of them, but some of them do. Just kind of weird how like, who makes that decision, you know? I don't know, it's just a weird thing. Oh my god, Sunshine Cleaning. Oh my god. I forgot. Little Miss Sunshine. No, it's called Little Miss Sunshine, isn't it? And the reason I know about that movie is because, okay, I have a cousin who, when she met my daughter, right, she was like, yo, your daughter looks just like that little girl from Little Miss Sunshine, but with glasses. She really does, okay? 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗴𝗆, that's the girl's name. The young 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗵𝗆 from freaking Little Miss Sunshine looks exactly like my daughter, but my daughter doesn't have glasses, but they are twins. But that's a good movie. I like that movie. Different movie? Oh, okay, I'm way wrong. But didn't they have a cleaning company, or am I bugging? Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. My bad, I was wrong. You know me. Different movie. They have actual crime scene cleanup companies who do that work. I don't know. Thank God I don't have to know that answer. I feel bad for anybody that automatically knew that for horrible reasons, but, you know, thank God I've never had to deal with that. Yes, there is a Ocean Breeze. I know exactly who you're talking about. I think it's the same one I'm thinking of. There's a TikToker who makes videos about the stuff they clean up and things like that. I know exactly what you mean. It's a British show? Okay, I definitely don't know that one then. That family is responsible for cleanup, and anything with human remains must be removed by specialized companies that seals the items. Oh, okay. One moment, please. Hold on 1 second, okay? Sorry. You've been watching the Parkland trial too? Oh, Nana says, my husband's a cop and he could never clean up stuff like that. Oh my God. But like, how fast? Okay. All right. So there's companies that do it. Like, how fast do they get out there? Like, do the families get put in a hotel until their home gets cleaned up? Like, I've always wondered, like, what happens? Like, let me give you an example. Let's say, you know, somebody in your family, oh God, I hate even saying this out loud, but like, you know, like, let's say they off themselves and maybe shoot themselves, something in the head, and like, it's a big mess. And like, obviously, you the family can't clean that up or whatever, or it's late at night. Like, how fast does the crew get out there to clean it up? Like, what happens to the family in the meantime? Like, does someone pay for them to go to a hotel? Like, these are weird things. I don't even know how we got here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just wonder. These are things, if I knew a cop, I would ask them. It depends on how long the home is ripped off. Okay, depends. All right. Sometimes they do hoarding jobs too. Yep. I know. No family should ever have to deal with that. I know. Yeah, the Parkland's hard to watch. I agree. The Parkland is really hard. You know what was hard about the Parkland shooting trial? When they read all the searches he did and all the comments he left, like telling people on YouTube, legit, like, I'm gonna be the next school shooter. Like, there were so many red flags with that kid, like, that it just makes you go, this should have never happened. And shout out to whoever it was that did report him. You know, I gotta give it to this person, man. There was I don't think they've talked about him in the trial, and if they have, I haven't seen it, but there was a guy who saw him in a YouTube comment section. Because you gotta remember, the dude used his real name on YouTube. He used his government name on YouTube like a dummy. And he started telling people he was going to be the next school shooter, he was going to be famous, yada, yada, yada. Some dude called the FBI and reported his ass and was like, look, there's this kid, Nicholas Cruz, on YouTube, that he's saying this. And so the FBI knew all about that before it happened. But how many people are crazy and leave crazy comments on YouTube? You know what I mean? It happens all the time. So it's a tough line to draw there, because you never really know. But it must have been hard for those parents to hear that, you know? Awful stuff, man. Yeah, he was a big red flag. Yeah, he even put out a video. Did you guys see the freaking video of him filming himself? Going, hey guys, I'm going to be the next school shooter. Like, weirdo. Weirdo Central. Do you know that him and his brother, his half brother there, they were about to be like rich or some shit. Like their mother died and left them like they got left insurance money or something. Like he was about to get like I think it was like $300,000. Like he was all worried about everybody moving on from high school and having a life and money, and he didn't. But yet, I'm sure his brothers took that money and was like, shit, no, that shit got used for lawyer fees probably. But there's an interrogation with the Parkland shooter. If you like interrogations, watch that one. The Parkland shooter interrogation. He likes to pretend like he's crazy at first to try to get away with it, and then they break him down, and his brother comes in and talks to him. It's a really actually moving interrogation, watching the brother talk to him. It's really crazy. It's one of the craziest ones I've ever seen anyways. I found it interesting. Irish Badass says, my father lived alone. The county, hold on. Where did it go? My father lived alone. The county gave us a time frame to get it done. Afterwards, they came to verify it had been done. Oh my God. Sorry to hear that. You watched that interrogation? Stitching? Yeah. His brother seems like a really good person. Like he held the way he handled that was probably the best way anybody could have in a way. I mean, he was just like, look, bro, you fucked up. Like, I love you, but you fucked up. That poor kid, he was targeted after that too. He was skateboarding. Well, it was kind of stupid for him to do this, but the brother, who was completely innocent in all this, by the way, he's just the brother of the kid who did all this. He was skateboarding in the Parkland school, so he was quote unquote trespassing, and the cops put him in jail and shit. Like, it was like this big ordeal. They basically just targeted him so bad. It was crazy. Like the lengths they went to punish him for trespassing was like insane. It's like, bro, he's just skateboarding. Leave the kid alone, Anyways, he got adopted by some rich gay couple and moved to freaking Virginia, I think. And then they ended up suing Dog the Bounty Hunter. That's a whole nother rabbit hole. Yeah, Alex. All right, the Parkland shooter's brother and the new parents of the brother sued Dog the Bounty Hunter because Dog the Bounty Hunter is crazy, and that's a whole nother story. But anyways, yeah, he handled it very maturely. He did. But did you guys see the pot? I do have to run in a minute, but I just want to ask you, did you guys, Addie, you probably saw this. I don't know if you're still here, but yeah, you are. Okay. Did you see the part where the lawyers and the judge and whatever, they were all arguing over whether Nicholas Cruz could have crayons? The other lawyer was like, that lawyer just gave him crayons. Like, it was like a big ordeal about it. I'm like, oh. Well, he has anxiety. Oh my God, what a mess that was. That was crazy. They were like, his lawyer was like, it's not crayons, it's colored pencils, and there is no coloring book. It's a sheet of paper. And they were going back and forth, and he was just sitting there with his head down. Why does that kid wear a freaking sweater to court in Florida in the summertime? Weirdo. You saw that Fight Like a Girl? Wasn't that crazy? They were fighting over the crayons. I don't know. There are no crayons. You didn't know he attacked that security guard? Yup. Yeah, that dude's nuts. And he had his fingers over his ears when they were playing the shooting. Oh, what's the matter? You don't like the sound of it? Yes, pencils and a pad of paper to help keep him calm. Unbelievable. Oh, is that why, Addie? No shit. Oh, thanks, Irish Badass. I plan on streaming more. Thanks for coming by to my random late night live. Addie, are you serious? Is that why? Dude, just had a light bulb moment. I didn't even know that. His government glasses fight like a girl, yeah. Those are what you call government glasses. The lowest of the low. They probably want him looking like that. Anyways, that makes sense, Addie, that he's got a bulletproof vest on because, Wait, are you saying he has a bulletproof vest on, or that kind of vest? Or you're telling me he has a weighted vest on because of his spectrum diagnosis? I took it as you meant he had a bulletproof vest on because so many people want to kill that kid because of what he did, you know? I thought that's what you meant. Yeah, Stitchin, thanks for coming by. Comfort Doll says, many times the lawyers have people who tell the defendants how to dress. They give him haircuts. Yeah, but they got him looking straight up like crazy. With his sweater and his long hair. That he needs a haircut. His glasses are all, I don't know, bottle like, and I don't know, man. Okay. All right. Thanks, Addie. Yeah, I assumed it was a bulletproof one. I definitely did. I mean, that makes sense now. I didn't even think of that. Wow. I was wondering why he was wearing a sweater and shit. Even news reporters have commented on how odd it is that he's wearing a sweater. I don't think we're used to actually having to put vests on freaking people to go to court, but this dude caused a lot of damage, so I'm not surprised. You know? Well, thanks, everybody. Hopefully I'll come back. I like talking about weird things, and sometimes I want to go live late at night, and I'm like, nobody's going to want to care about my weird stuff I want to say. But you guys care. Thanks, guys. Actually, it is striped, I think. His sweaters. That's a weird question, but I'm pretty sure you're right about that. Pretty sure they are striped. Most of the ones I've seen, I feel like they are anyways. Bossy says, I just watched on Discovery Plus People Mag True Crime about a serial killer, Joseph Duncan. Holy moly, talk about someone who isn't human. You guys want to hear a good story after this? I'm telling you. All right, do you know who Mr. Ballin is? Ballen. He tells stories in story format, kind of, you know, and he has a channel, okay? He did a video the other night, you guys. It's something of, let me tell you the name of it, because you guys gotta listen to this shit. It's one of the craziest stories I've heard in a long time. Hold on. I want to tell you the name of the video and link it for you. Oh, The Scariest Surgeon on Earth. Okay, I'm gonna link it before I go, because you guys gotta listen to this story. It's nuts, okay? Go watch this story. It has a really good ending. I like Mr. Ballin too. Oh, I love JCS. I wish they put out more new videos. I wish they would. But they hate YouTube. I don't blame them. Crazy story. Anyways, go check that out, guys. I do have to run, but yes, Poodlerific. You my people. Alright, guys, thanks for watching this with me. If nothing about what Alex Jones did is funny, you know, don't let me lead you astray on that. And nothing about it is funny, but sometimes we have to laugh to stop from fucking screaming and crying, right? Alright, guys. Alright, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Have a good night. Go watch Mr. Ballin. You'll love it, I promise.